We are extremely honored to have as our keynote speaker this morning Congressman David P. Joyce. Dave has dedicated his life to serving the community in which he grew up. He was born in Cleveland, Ohio in 1957 to a World War II veteran who became a salesman. His mother was a proud housewife. Dave had 3 siblings and grew up playing all sports. He graduated from West Geauga High School and went on to receive his bachelor's degree in accounting and Juris Doctorate degree from the University of Dayton. When he moved back to Geauga County after graduating from college, he began working as a public defender. While he was running for county prosecutor in 1988, he met a fellow West Geauga High School grad, Kelly, whom he married in 1990. Kelly, you out there? She's incognito. He built a reputation for being a protector of both Geauga County families and Geauga County taxpayers. His success was recognized when, in 2008, Forbes magazine named Geauga County the 4th best county in the nation to raise a family, citing the low crime rate and solid housing stock. Throughout his career, Dave assisted other counties throughout Ohio as a special prosecutor, and in fact, some of his cases and trial work was featured on national shows such as 48 Hours on CBS. This past November, he was elected to the 113th Congress to represent the 14th District of Ohio and serves on the influential House Committee on Appropriations. As a congressman, he travels back and forth to Washington, but he will always call Ohio home. Please welcome now Congressman Dave Joyce.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to be here and that tremendous introduction by Dr. Beveridge. First, I'd like to tell you that my wife, who is a nurse and has taken classes at Lakeland to get her nursing degree, is hard at work at Geauga UH campus this morning and couldn't be here, so she's not hiding in the crowd. Secondly, when Dr. Beveridge asked me to do this, he said to keep my speech within an hour, and I timed it last night. It's about 59 minutes, so gotcha. I wanted to share with you some things that 30 years ago when I graduated from undergrad and law school, I wish somebody would have shared with me. They're simple things, but they're just something that I think will help carry you through life. The first is be optimistic. Look for the opportunities in life. There's a lot going on in this world that's bad. There's a lot of bad news that comes out every single day. There are people who don't like our country for what it stands for. We can choose to let that get us down, or we can stand up and be the person that we know we are and be proud. And I think when you think of a world as being a dreary place, it'll become a dreary place. But if you think of life as being positive and you want to be the positive change that you see in the world, you'll attract more positive people around you and you'll affect positive change in our region and in our nation. Sometimes a little perspective goes a long way. Here's a little secret. Regardless of appearances, no one goes through life without a tragedy. Some people will handle it. Positive people will learn how to make it a positive thing and handle it. Some people let those setbacks crush them, but every day you're going to have a setback, and you need to learn to take that in stride and make more of it. This isn't easy, but if you practice it every day, it will get easier. The second half of great opportunities is something I didn't know would really apply in my life. But just last year at this time, I was preparing for a trial in Chardon, Ohio. I had no idea what the future was going to hold. I had no idea I'd be here before you or be a member of Congress. I worked my whole life doing what I enjoyed doing as a prosecutor, raising my children, and I might have been on a downward slide towards retirement if I didn't have 2 and next year 3 kids to put through college. But when Congressman LaTourette decided to retire, I said I wanted to do this. This is something that's important to me, it's important to our community, and it's something I care deeply about. Our nation is an important place, to raise our children, and we stand for so much good that I wanted to be part of that, and I wanted to affect some of the positive change in my world. And to do that was getting into that race. And through some luck, I was appointed, and through the people in this district, I was voted into office, and I look forward to working every day. But it was a big change of pace. And, you know, there's a quote from Abraham Lincoln that said, if you prepare, someday your chance will come. I think last November my chance came. Some other advice I want to give is simple but true. And, you know, some of this came from my mom. The quality of your life is related to the people you surround yourself with. And she'd always tell us, don't hang out with that person, or don't do this. You know, there was some truth in that. But the most important person you hang out with all the time is yourself. You have to be true to yourself. You have to understand that there's some things I can do and some things I can't do. And at 56 years old, they asked me to play on the baseball team. I said, I can't throw a baseball anymore. I threw my shoulder out. But I'll come watch. They just have to know what you can do and make the most of it. Harness that energy you have inside you and work positively to change the world around you. If there's one thing you get to, it's your family. You don't get to choose your family's with you, but sometimes they're going to do great things that'll help you see how great they really are and how much they mean to you. And I've always been one. I grew up in a tight Catholic family with 3 siblings, and you know, we played outside all day and raised hell. Gave our parents a little bit too, but they stood by us, and they knew that, like your parents do, and you who are parents will come to understand, it's important, that family relationship. And when my parents passed, we've come together and we've worked hard together. And the biggest honor I have from my 2 brothers and 1 sister was they took the Purple Heart that my father received in World War II, encased it, put a little prayer in there for me, and the speech that Dwight Eisenhower gave to my father before he left. And I have that sitting in my office every day to remind me. I may not fought in a war, but my father did, and this nation is just as great today as it was then, and our best days lie ahead. The last thing I'd ask you to do, well, it might be a couple more things, but one of the last things is get out of your comfort zone every now and then. It's easy to do the same thing every day. It's easy to hang around the same people or get in the same routines. But as soon as you get comfortable with what you're doing, you're going to stop growing. Shake the tree. Make it happen. There's so much out there that you can do to make that happen. And look at me. As I told you before, a year ago I was doing one thing, and here I am. I feel comfortable, I got to tell you, when I'm in a committee meeting and I'm examining, I shouldn't say cross-examining, examining witnesses. That part was easy for me. But then when you get on the floor of the House and you realize that people have been down here centuries before and made great speeches, it starts to come into you. Sort of like giving a commencement speech here today, that this is a tremendous thing, and it's an opportunity that might only come once in your lifetime. I mean, heck, I'm so far out of my comfort zone, I'm not sure where I am today, except I know I'm in Lake County, and I know I'm at Lakeland University, and I'm loving every minute of it. But I did tell you, here I am, a simple kid from Geauga County, and the president came in and talked to us in a group like this, asking our opinions on solutions. And as he's going to leave, I reach out. He's coming towards me. I reach out to shake his hand, and the other people are stopping him. They think in the 30 seconds they're going to have with him, they're going to affect the world or make some great policy change. I said, Mr. President, thank you for coming today. I appreciate the opportunity to talk. He said, well, thank you. And I said, Mr. President, I read in the Washington Post that Michelle's been fairly busy and the girls are growing up, and maybe they're not around as much, and you were lonely at the White House. And I said, well, if you want me to stop by and have a beer and watch the NCAAs, you just let me know. Give me a call. I haven't got that call yet. But I got outside my comfort zone, and I felt very comfortable doing that. I want to leave you with one other thing. I've been reading a book. When I graduated in 79 from undergrad and 82 from law school, personal computers were just coming out. In 1978, they were started. And, I was always a laptop or PC guy, not an Apple guy. Now I've slowly converted. I've got the iPhone, the iPad, the iLaptop, and everything else. But I listened to and I watched Steve Jobs over the period of time. And for my son, who's studying finance at the University of Dayton, I bought the Steve Jobs autobiography, and he wasn't reading it, so I picked it up. And I got to tell you, he was a prickly guy. But he had a vision that he could change the world, and he did. And it wasn't easy. He started Apple and became a millionaire and got fired from his own company. Went out and started another company that was a complete failure on his own money. And then came back, was asked back to run Apple and made it into what it is today. Because he was comfortable, he knew himself, but he had a vision of where we could be. And in 2005 at Stanford University, he gave his commencement address. And the things he wanted to leave those kids with Stanford were some words that I thought would be applicable here today. He said, "Stay hungry and stay foolish." I thought that was sort of interesting. But if you read the book, it'll understand it a little bit better. But let's use that as our mantra as we move forward today. Let's stay hungry and stay foolish, and together we're going to make impressive changes in this world, and I can't wait to see how this class of 2013 from Lakeland is going to change our world. God bless you all, and God bless America.
That's the fastest 59 minutes I've ever seen. Congressman Joyce, thank you for joining us today to celebrate our graduates' achievements. And thanks for your thoughts, your words of encouragement, and your advice for our graduates. In appreciation for being our keynote speaker, we would like to present you with this commemorative crystal bowl as a token of our gratitude.